Go ahead. Oh, you gonna ask me a question? Oh,
Oh
snap.
no, no, no. I mean, we don't. Yeah, we don't have to. I usually do because sometimes people just like they're just like silent, and I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
well, you're not helping me at all. You know what I mean? Like,
Like, what size is your foot? 'Cause let's talk about that. You want?
dude, I've never asked that question, but now that's going to be the first thing I ask
Yeah,
everyone.
like I'm hearing crickets out here, man. Like, what's going on? You want to talk about what do you want to talk about? I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, so
Oh,
I'll go for it. Yeah,
no, no, you go, brother. It's
you're gonna say something about your glasses. Is that what you're gonna say?
no, no. I wasn't gonna say anything about my glasses. By the way, my forehead is like I'm looking at my forehead right now.
Yeah,
It's like wicked.
dude.
It's all the way back. I need to do this TikTok challenge where I cover my forehead and start moving back. I gotta start doing that.
Dude, what are some of your favorite TikToks?
Oh, I like to that Spanish guy who goes "Chupapi muñaño." Do you know that one?
No, dude. No,
Oh,
dude. Could you do you know like what his name is? Like type that in because
I
I
have
gotta
I
know
have
it.
no idea. I forgot the name, but he just goes to people's like ears and goes "Chupapi muñaño," and then they were like, "What the fuck?" He's like "Chupapi muñaño." They were like, "What you trying to say, man? Chupapi muñaño." He's just like, nah, he's hilarious. And he got arrested for doing that. And then he goes, guys, I didn't know I would be arrested. Like you pop it up at people's like ears and going Chipapuñano. He got like a big thing. He goes Chipapuñano, and people would just be like, "What the fuck?" Just getting scared, bro. TikTok is just like too much. There's like if you start watching videos, you won't stop.
You can't stop. It's addicting.
There's there's always like something funny in there. It's just like too much. I'm like, what the fuck? Bro?
I think TikTok and YouTube have figured out like how people think. We're just like linking one thing after another for like 5 hours. I was on YouTube for like 4 hours the other day. Not good.
Yeah, it is. Like I want to read like a book. I was like, you know what? Today I'm gonna read a book, and I grabbed the phone to go on like the audio, the audio book
You
to
didn't make
listen
it.
to it.
You didn't make it
Yeah, I
though.
did. I went on YouTube and I saw a Kevin Hart video. I was like, damn, that's funny. And then I scrolled down. I saw another one. I'm like, shit. I kept clicking, clicking, clicking until like I look at the book. I was like, "Ah, I gotta go to sleep. You know, fuck it.
Do you think
I
it's
can't.
good? Do you think it's good, or I guess in what way do you think YouTube and TikTok is good, and how is it bad?
Um, YouTube. Well, for me, I learn a lot on YouTube. When it's like you don't have to. There's certain things you don't need to go to school for because everything is on YouTube.
Mhm.
Like if photography, editing, uh, even about audios and mics. Even this mic I have right now is from YouTube. And like, what TikTok? I don't care about that. You know, it's too much. They doing too much. They need to go. I don't care about. Well, TikTok is just like, mm, well, it's good for like entertaining. Like if you need something funny, there's no way you're gonna stick on TikTok for like 5 hours without laughing, because there's a lot of like, yeah, there's a lot of like good content in there to make you laugh. But like at the end of the day, it's like the hours people be spending on that.
Oh,
I'd be spending so many hours on that too. Especially like if you have something that you want to do and you sort of like procrastinating,
mm.
and then like you go on TikTok, there's no way you're gonna do it. Or YouTube, there's no way
Dude, I'm
you
like
gonna.
sometimes I'm like, oh, okay, like I'll take a break. It's like 2 o'clock, and I need to. I'm like, okay, I'll take like an hour long break, and then I'll start back up at 3. I end up watching YouTube for like an hour and a half, and I'm like I don't know if I should just cut myself off or what. Like, do I just not do it at all, or what? I don't know.
It's just like, um, me, I'm always gonna be on YouTube because I always want to learn something.
Mm.
But like, when it have to come to me reading something or doing something that's not related to me being in the phone, I just put it away. But sometimes like I delete like TikToks on like Twitter, Instagram, just to like not always on it all the time. Not be that person who just go walking, kid don't even know where they're going, like typing all the time. I don't want to be that person, so I'd be
So,
taking a break.
so are you in school or did you just get out, or are you out of school, or what's your story?
Right now, I'm not in college. Well, I went for like I think a year, and then I stopped because there was some financial issues. And then like I'm trying to like finish paying it off, and then after that I'm gonna go back. But like I don't know,
It's
this
hard.
yeah, it's like it's really hard to just I don't know. I went there. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a year off. I did. I went back and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go and learn something. And I'm sitting here learning that same shit
Watching
in high
TikTok.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sitting like this, and that guy just talking. I'm like, God, oh my fucking God! Like, how can a guy just talk like that without even stopping? It's like college is just too much.
Mm.
Like I'm sitting here, I'm like, dude, I can't do this. I don't know.
What
I
were
don't.
you
I'm going back.
What were you
Uh,
studying? Like what
multimedia.
okay. So like really
I
kind of
don't
setting
even know.
yourself
Like
up for YouTube actually, right? It's like
what?
that's like what you're it sounds like if you're going to school for multimedia, it sounds like YouTube is probably where you're going to end up like creating stuff anyway, right?
Yeah, and it's like I'm not learning anything related to media.
Hmm.
That's what pisses me off. It was like math, history. Like the first year is like math, history, like the same thing I was learning in high school. I was basically like in high school. I do this thing called sleeping with my eyes open. I'm just like my eyes open, but I'm not really here.
Hearing anything, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
When I hear I'm like really every time if I hear my name, I'm like, what? It's B. It's B,
Like,
Mister.
did they what like for like your history classes, your math classes? Did they were they like how you can use history and use math in multimedia studies, or was it just like a completely
No,
separate thing? See,
it
like
was.
that's the way to do it, though. I think if they want to teach you math and history, it has to be the history of media and the math that's
Yeah,
used in media, statistics or whatever.
yeah. They were talking about stuff way back, Egypt, like people building shit, like like there was a like people lifting heavy rocks and building this. You see that right there? They did this barehanded, without technology. Oh my gosh! Oh wow! I, I don't want to learn that. Like what the fuck?
I know.
I don't want to learn it. Jesus, it's like it's so annoying. Like live, it has to relate to like what I'm going for.
I feel like
You know?
yeah, like the thing is like history is really important though. Like it, but the question is what kind of history and what is the history
Mm.
geared toward? Like if we can figure out how like history like suppressed people, or how media suppressed people throughout history, and now like how do we start correcting that, today, like that would be a useful tool for like a history of suppression in media class or something specific like that. But like building the pyramids, um and like ancient Mesopotamia or whatever, like you don't want that or need that. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
why take that? right?
Yeah,
Does that make
if I
sense?
want to know that, YouTube is right there. I could just search it up. You know, it's there. But I don't want to learn anything about this. Like the reason I picked a class, it has film in there, like films. I'm like, okay, I want to learn about that. Like we're gonna learn the history of films. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
I
where
need
is it?
that.
It's like the last week
Yeah,
of class, probably, right? Like the last thing you do.
this I guess. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I'm like, why am I doing history for? Why am I learning math stuff like that? I want that. It was so annoying. I'm like, I don't want that, bro. But I want to go back because I want to at least like, yeah, I want to finish like get that degree, and that's it. Because like my whole thing is it has to do with acting. You know, and right now I'm taking acting class, and I'm working like the acting class make me appreciate like movies so much, even commercials. Like I didn't even know commercials you had to, you know, kind of act like believe what you're saying. It makes me appreciate like everything that has to do with like acting, the people in it. If a movie sucks, I'm like, it's not the actors, it's the writing, you know, it's the
Mm-hmm.
story that sucks. Before I'm like, why they put this person in it, you know, like they why? But now I'm saying like because like those actors really make sure to play that role how it is like in the script. Now I really appreciate them like more. But right now, it's like I see things differently. Even like when I started like getting into editing, like cameras, like I appreciate like the little movement, like the Breaking Bad. Oh my god,
Dude,
it
one of
feels
the
like
best
you in
shows.
it.
Amazing.
Yo, like I appreciate the little like how they film that whole thing. It felt like I was just there looking at this shit that's happening. You know, before it used to be like explosion. You know, now I'm more into those little like those
The
simple
details.
transition, like the camera tricks. It's just like amazing now.
Just like
It's weird.
psychologically, like how they just it's so smooth. The editing is so smooth. You know, the camera movement is so smooth. It and like if one thing is like if one thing goes wrong, like it could jar you out of the story that's like that you're
Yeah.
seeing, but they don't. It's just so
Hmm.
masterful. Actually, it's funny because I'm actually an actor. That's my website.
Oh,
Yeah, you could check.
damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So we could talk all about acting, man.
Yeah.
That's my job. I'm a professional
Yo,
actor.
let's talk about
Yeah, dude.
what. Okay, go ahead, brother.
Well,
Me, I'm a newbie. I don't know how long you've been doing this.
oh my God. I'm just finishing up my master's in it. So yeah, I've been and I was in New York for like 5 years, and I was on like I went got out of undergrad. I majored in sociology, but I always acted. So I went to New York because that's what you do. And like I like went out on auditions like 70 times before I got my first paid acting gig.
Bruh.
And dude, it was so satisfying. It was so great. You know,
How was your first audition?
I don't remember my first audition in New York. There were so many. I remember one of my worst ones though. Oh
Mhm.
God, it was so embarrassing. It was so awful. Um, it was for like a children's musical tour, and I'm not really a musical theater guy. I just kind of do
Mhm.
film and well, I mainly do theater, not really musicals. And but I
Mhm.
was like, I want this because it's well paying and blah blah blah. And so I like memorize that like I can show you the world from Aladdin, and I go in
Mhm.
there and the accompanist starts playing and I'm like, oh
It was the thing.
yeah, well yeah, and I was like, oh my God, I totally forgot the words. So I just started singing. I started going, na, 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 na.
I could show you the world.
Yeah, like the most simple words in the world. I just fucking forgot them. And
Yeah.
and like halfway through, I went, uh oh. like, and the casting director's sitting there like this, just like so like, and at the end he was like, "That was perfect. Thank you so much." And I was like, "Oh my god, that was the most embarrassing moment of my
And you were
life."
like, he's lying.
Yeah, yeah, he was
That
obviously.
that that had to. Yeah, go ahead.
No, oh no, I mean that was. He was
Like
obviously being
how
sarcastic.
did you walk out? Did you just like go meet me?
He said that, and I was like, "Thank you so much, thank you." I walked out, and I was like, laughing because it was so bad, and then I was like also crying because like, how did I forget? I can show you the world. Like one of the simplest songs.
Was it like because you were nervous or something?
Yes.
Oh, like in my acting class, they my teacher like put us in front of managers and stuff like that. Yeah, she have this thing she does every month where like if she think your scene is good enough, she'll put you because she don't want you to like trying to like embed kind of like do looking like a beginner and like people gonna make think like you don't take it serious and stuff like that. She if she sees that the scene is ready, you guys she put us in front of like the managers. Oh my
That's a good
gosh.
teacher. That's a good teacher,
Yeah.
man.
Oh yeah, she is good. She like does a lot for like her acting student. It's like I believe like I'm paying like 270 75 at the beginning. It's 300, and then when you I think 6 months. If you've been here with 6 months, she like bring it down to 275. She does way too much for that much.
Are you in
She
New
she
York?
like
Are you in New York? Or are you?
I'm in New Jersey.
Okay. Well, you're in a good position though. Like if you're like down by Hoboken or, that's a good area to be able to transit like commute or whatever. But
Did you take like acting class?
yes, yes, many years of yes. I am finishing up my master's in acting for the stage,
Hmm.
and so it was like 3 years of consistent acting. Like that's what I've been doing every day for the last 3 years. And then I was in New York before that for 5 years, and then I was always in a show since I was 14. So I mean, I've been.
Hmm.
It's a part of my blood. You know what I mean? I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Like when did you knew that this was the thing that you wanted to do?
Um, like I would say junior year of college. Junior year, I was like, so I like probably like 21. I was like, well, I could either do social work or I could do acting, and I was like, I can't live without acting. Like I have to do it. So yeah, I'm one of the
Look,
crazy ones, man. You have to take the leap. If you know it, you have to take the
yeah,
leap.
it is. It is a lot. Like like people would tell me that, oh, you're naturally funny, and then like when I first started the acting class, they gave me a comedy scene. I was like, yeah, I'm going to nail this. and then and then I'm doing things, and she was like, that's not funny. I was like, that's not funny. I'm like, oh no. And then I'm like, what's going on? And then I'm seeing that there's so many rules when it comes to comedy. And then like I'm when people tell me like you're naturally funny, I'm like, shut the fuck up. Shut your fucking mouth.
Now that's funny, right?
I'm like, shut the fuck up. Don't gas me up like that. No more. think you thought making me think I had a talent out here. Guess I don't. I don't fucking have no talent. I'm not a fucking comedian. What's wrong with you?
Is that something
Yeah.
you'd want to do? Is like some stand up or something?
I would. I don't know.
That's
I,
hard.
I
That's
don't.
scary. I think that's one of the scariest jobs.
Yeah, being in front of like, I can't even like talk to people in front of like my classroom. Like I remember like trying to do a presentation in college. I've never felt like like that fear
Mm-hmm.
in middle school Cause like it's like middle school, high school, it's just like whatever. But like I was taking speech classes and I had to present for 2 minutes,
Oh,
2 minutes, and then I had this. I went home. She wanted us to do it like say it, don't look at the paper. I memorized it. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm excited. And then I walked. I didn't feel anything. Now just turn around. Now look at the people. Oh my gosh, my heart started. Shit, I'm like, hi, my God. Yeah,
it's
hi.
that's it.
I could hear, I could listen. I'm listening to my, you know how in acting say don't listen to yourself. I could hear myself shaking, and I'm sweating more. And I was
Oh,
like, "That's it." And I look at like, I'm looking at the board. It was like 1 minute and 40 seconds. I'm like, "Fuck! Like, what the fuck was that?" I only talked for like I don't even know, like 1 minute 40 seconds. She was like, "I'm disappointed in you." I'm like, no.
dude, I
It's
gotta,
just like came out of nowhere.
dude, I gotta ask you, like, have you been over to New York? I'm still just like thinking about you, like what you were talking about with like voiceover acting and stuff. And have you done any voiceover acting classes in New York at all?
No. The class I'm taking right now is, through Zoom and stuff like that. Yeah. And
That's great.
I don't feel like I'm ready to like do stuff and acting. So I'm just like slurping everything that I can. And then when it comes to like I went to New York, like the Times Square. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah, that
it
place is
sucks.
crazy. Yeah, that's the worst
That
place in New York.
sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know why people gassing that up. There's so many people everywhere. I'm like, bruh, everywhere I go, people just like look like China. Like we in Japan, low key. I felt like I was in Japan. It was so many
Yeah, just
people.
like yeah, so many so scrunched
Yeah,
up.
I taken like Zoom classes. I think the Zoom classes is like way better because like it's asks you a lot. It's asking you to basically like you gotta have that connection through that camera. That is a lot, and I'm kind of thankful that I'm taking acting classes through Zoom because I feel like when I'm actually gonna go there in the field, my connection is gonna be like way more because this Zoom thing, this it's really hard to just look at somebody in front of your screen. Where you're in your own house, you're feeling so comfortable, and you have to connect and feel things.
You're
It's like
you're so
a lot.
right. Yeah, like yeah, and at least I get from you like that you have a very warm aura, like like atmosphere to you. And so like
Oh,
whenever
thank you.
you're in a room with a person, I could absolutely see like that connection just like happening much easier. You know what I mean?
Thank you. Like, wait, how did you how did you sense that? I'm not. How
Oh,
did you like
oh well,
get that vibe?
it's your laid back personality, easygoing, you're not like it doesn't seem like you're super guarded at all. I mean, I talk to at least one person a day on here, and I've been doing that for the last 8 months. And you're one of the few who are just like very easy to have a conversation with. Usually, like I said, like I have to like drag things out of people,
Yeah.
but like you, it's you know
Yeah, because like you are interesting too. It's like I don't know how those other people don't like don't find it easy to have a conversation. Maybe they came here to look for something else.
it's
They came here
people
looking for something to excite.
people
Sounds
are people are guarded, man. People are like scared, I think, and I don't know, But then again, too, like whenever I'm with whenever I say like, hey, like I have a YouTube channel, people feel like they have to perform, right? But see,
yeah,
you already have training in this in a way, right? Like just being
yeah.
yourself in front of a camera. So
Hmm.
it makes sense that you find it easier than a lot of other people.
Yeah, like I completely forgot that you were even recording.
right?
You were even recording because like me, my whole goal, like I make YouTube, but like I don't want to be fake. You know, I try that. I try to be like bring that energy. Like, it was hey guys, what's up guys? What's up? Welcome back. I'm like, it's not working, man.
No.
It's not it. Even like I'm watching a video about the try not to laugh videos. I'm more looking at them, and some of them were not funny, but I trying to figure out that. I'm like, I can't do this because like if my whole thing is to be real so that people could like connect with me, you know, not just trying to look come here to be entertained, not just to be entertaining, but like to like see me as a person kind of I
Yeah.
guess I
Just
want
as a
to
normal
motivate people.
person. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to show me my uniqueness. That's like my whole thing. I want to motivate like other people.
Mm.
So I can't be faking stuff out here. Like you're looking at like big YouTubers like PewDiePie. It's just him. There's nothing else. People come to see him. That's why he's so like big. And when you're looking at those other vloggers who every day creating content, entertainment, later on they just go because like they were bringing things fresh every day, and when they took a break, everything was went like ah. PewDiePie, he took a break. He still got more views because at the end of the day, people come from him for him. You know, like that's the most important things. It's like make people come for you, not just to see some fresh content. When you stop doing that, they'll still be here. You
Mm.
know, that's what I want. I want people to come for me. You know, like, just because I have
Yes.
stuff.
Yes. 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 I completely 100% agree with you. You know, yeah. It is strange, at least for me. I mean, the content that I put out is literally just like a conversation, right? Usually it's more like interview style. It feels that way because usually people aren't as open. But it's you know, and it's long form too, so it's hard to build. I found that it's hard for me to build a large audience off of just doing that, you know, because clickbait does, you know, YouTube and TikTok have figured it out. There's like a an attention grab thing that does affect the human mind, you
Yeah.
know, and so I don't really have any of that, but I think maybe actually I'm just kind of discovering as I'm talking. Like I think that you were right in the beginning. I think that I if I work on my thumbnails, I think that could help.
Yeah. It's not like clickbait to make people click your thing. It's basically like have like like you have the title. Okay. I'm making something about making spaghetti or something. The thumbnail is about spaghetti and you know,
Stirring it,
kind of like yeah,
yeah, eating it or
you're doing
something.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the title said making a like maybe like a special dish, something spaghetti. People gonna click on that. Oh, okay, they see it. You know, they
People will
see it.
click on that
Oh,
video. Yeah.
yeah. They see it. They're like, okay, they're gonna click it because they know if when they click it, this is what they're gonna see. You know, it's not like you have to clickbait people or like put an ass in there and be like, I saw ass speak on Omega on Omega. Click on that. Not a clickbait. And then you put that thing quotation mark in there, and people just like looking. There's no ass at all. You know, it's like people want like the title. Like me, I've learned a lot when it has to do with YouTube, like keyword titles. Like I make beatbox videos about if it's about this person, I have this person on the screen, and my face like you know, they're like and I'm like react. I put D-Lo such and such reaction, and people click on it. I get like certain videos get like 1,000 views.
All
There was
right,
this one
man.
There was this one video I have like 14 views. It's like you gotta have those like good titles and good thumbnails, but it doesn't have to be clickbait. You know.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, I'm just so stubborn. I'm just like, okay, I really like doing the interviews. I upload them, and then it's like, oh my gosh, if I do a video every day, I mean, it takes a while to create a good thumbnail, I think.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I need to figure it
Once
out.
you get into it, yeah, once you get it into it, it's gonna be easy to make. Like the first time, it's gonna take time. I remember when I was editing like a 1 minute video that took like 5 hours to edit that video. But now I'm like
But now you got it.
1 minute,
Yeah.
and then 1 minute I'm already uploading. It's like once you get it, it's easy, and then once you start understanding YouTube too, it's like you're gonna start getting audience and stuff like that. People that subscribe to me like, oh yeah, good videos, and you also gonna get like one thing like before I started like making videos, I was like, I know I'm gonna get hateful comments.
Mm,
I know I'm gonna get good comments. Like once you like as a person, if you want to start on any social medias doing something, you gotta know at the end of the day, you gonna get some comment out there. You know, like
yeah.
my first, but for me, I don't know why, but I'm kind of I don't know, kind of different. I remember my first comment on my videos was like, "You suck," and and then like
No.
I got yeah. For wait, in that moment, it was the best thing ever. I was so excited. Instead of like instead of like being down, I'm like, is my videos really sucks? Like I'm at work and I saw like, oh my god, and I looked. It says you sucks. I'm like, yes. And I was like, look, he said I sucks. He watched my videos and he said I fucking isn't that crazy? And people looking at me like, what the fuck wrong with you, man?
Well,
You
dude,
took
because
it.
it
He said
showed
you
it
fucking
showed that
ass.
he cared enough to
Yeah.
comment. You know.
Yeah. For me, yeah, I wasn't thinking like trying I wasn't like having a bad thought at all. It was excitement for me. Like every video I upload, there's no goddamn comments. There's no comment. And then my first comment, and I really put my time on that video, and then he said, "You suck, bruh." Met the word to me. Like it's like, my God, you fucking made my day.
Dude, would you
You know?
would you want to share your channel name with us? We can
Yeah,
check it
yeah.
out.
Here, I'll put it right here. Yeah. And then later on, like as I kept making videos, and people were like, "Oh, from Russia, great video." From Japan, I like your video, nice video. And then you always gonna have those little comment out there, like delete your channel. What the fuck is this video? Like delete your channel. Like the fuck is this video? Like it's I feel like it was good for me to understand like that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get both when when you have to like when you gonna upload thing on the internet. You can't just get the good one. You're gonna get like fucking you're gonna get hate.
Well, this is
And when
this is
that comes, you gotta
this
get
is
ready.
this is kind of like how I think about it. Is right now, like I have like 400 something, 420 something, I think, and like that's like a small rural town. You know, when you go to
Hmm.
the middle of Wyoming and you're in a town of 420 people, everyone is nice. You know, but then like you start getting to a city of 100,000 people and you meet some real assholes. You know,
Yeah.
like there are accidents that happen without people even wanting it. And so of course
Hmm.
that's going to happen too with like the comment section and the culture of a 100,000 sub channel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you got more subscribers than me, and plus, like when I look at the subscribers, I see it as people, and it's like 400 like people watching
I know.
subscribe. Like, bro,
That's crazy,
what?
right? It's strange.
Like 400 people. Like that's to me that's a lot of people in there. It's like watching your videos like that. That should be like. for you assigned to just like keep making content, like find a way to like
Well, dude,
see.
well, this is my this is my whole like idea is that people like what is the content that matters to me and also to the world? What can help make the world a better place? And people just don't really listen to each other much anymore. You know?
Oh, um, I just know I had I have the same problem too. To I noticed after I take this acting class, when I'm taking the acting class, I just found out how much I don't listen. It's all I have. It has to do with listening to your scene partner. It's I figure out how like I'm in my head all the time. Like people, when you're talking to them, they're not really listening. They don't really listen. And like one thing about like this generation is like there's so many judgment, and like people are afraid to like open themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like some
Mm-hmm.
those people who you say like you have to like grab it from them is because like they're afraid, like, oh, if you're gonna upload this on YouTube, maybe people gonna judge me in there and stuff like that. It's like people are not really open to put themselves out there, be vulnerable in front of other
Exactly.
people.
Dude, I use that word all the time. Vulnerable.
Yeah, the acting word.
Yep.
Yeah, to allow yourself to be vulnerable. Like get out there, ready to be wrong. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
ready to look stupid out there. I'm like, oh, I don't like that. Okay, I don't know. Like I'm grateful. Like this quarantine thing. Like I know there's a lot of people that that died, and I have people in my family that my grandmother died because she's like healthy. It was like 90,
Oh wow.
94, and her sister is like 99. And the crazy thing is they both died at the same time. It was weird. Um, and then I think someone had a dream, and then like they saw my great grandmother. And then her sister came. She was like, "I was here before you, waiting for you." Is it? So I find that weird too. Like, that's a weird thing. Like someone having a dream about that, and she said, "I was here already. I was just waiting for you." It's like how? Like I don't understand this. Like the lockdown has like helped me a lot because I was able to stop and stand still and figure out what I really wanted to do. You know, I was like, and then like the acting thing keep coming back. I'm watching a movie, and then the way that movie make me felt, I was like, yo, I want to do the same thing too. I was like, ever since in my country watching those crazy action stars, like Arnold, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, all those people, like it's crazy. I was like, I want to make people feel the same way that they're making me feel. Like when I'm watching something, if they could like certain movie, like if it's a sad movie, if it's like uh movie like historical movie, like I want to do that. My whole personality is like a character. I'm a character. I can't like I'm a character myself.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
talking to people. I know. I'm like, hey, and now John. You know, I'm switching accent all the time. Like you gonna do this to me. You gonna talk to me like that? Stop it. Really? You need to
That's really
stop.
good. Dude, you are a good voice actor. Wow.
I'm like, I really like being different people, and I was like, I want to do acting. And I was going on YouTube. When you want to do something, the place is YouTube, feeding all those,
Yeah.
absorbing all those videos. I'm like looking at videos, acting videos. I'm like, okay, okay, and then I learned to the acting teacher that I'm learning from right now. For some reason, it clicked. I clicked with her. I like had this like gut feeling of, oh, this is a person. She just go, "Hi, I'm Kimberly Jensen," and I was like, "Oh, that's the one." I want her. I want to learn from her. I don't care. I don't care how much she asks. I don't know if I don't care if I have to be in the street selling some ass. I'm going to make her teach me all about acting. It was like the best decision ever. Like I'm learning a lot about acting, and as me as a person, like acting is just like it's not just playing roles. You're improving too as a person. You're learning a lot from like the characters you play. It's crazy. It's crazy. Man, I can't wait, man. I'm excited.
Dude, I'm
I'm
excited
turned up
for.
right now.
Dude, I'm excited for you, man. I'm like, dude, like, yeah, yeah. And the thing too is like, there's so much to be excited about. You know, first, like, I just see like the skill that you have, like the talent you have, just with the natural talent of voices, and then that you have this excitement for it, and and for like learning about yourself through it too. And I mean, that's just I'm excited for you. I'm excited for the world to see you. You know what I mean? Like,
Thank you. It's a great thing. Like my whole thing is to motivate people. That's why I'm doing YouTube. I'm like everything that has to do with social media. I'm trying to do it just so like to make people laugh. Cause like being sad. Like I had times where I was like in a crazy moment. If it wasn't for those people and like the comedian like Kevin Hart, and then there's like movie stars where I would watch them. They would, those YouTubers, like bring my energy up. You know,
mm,
I don't know where I would have been. And I'm like, this is my whole goal. I want to pay that back. Be that person who inspire other people. It's like
yeah,
it's crazy. Every time I'm thinking about that,
this
it's
is.
like
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
yeah. Every time I'm thinking about that, it's so exciting. You know, um, and then plus I could even imagine myself wanted to be directed. You know, it's like it's weird, man.
So can
when
I
I'm do-
ask
when
you
I'm
about
doing
like theater and film? So like, which one would you want to do more right now?
right now, I, w-
If you could get paid the same amount of money to do either, which one would
I
you do?
would do film. I would do film because like the people I look up to, they all do film.
Hmm.
That's why I would do it. And plus, like, I would love to do something that has to do with like superheroes, like DC. Like, I want DC to make some crazy stuff. Like, I want to see myself playing some superhero. I don't care if it's a villain. If it's a villain superhero, I don't care. I want to see myself playing like a DC character because like I like DC stuff. When I came here, all I was watching is like DC's animes and DC stuff.
So
It's
you
like,
you keep saying you keep saying that you came here from another place.
yeah, I'm Haitian
Oh, no
from the
way.
island.
Oh my gosh! Wow. So when
Yeah,
did you move up to Jersey?
it was like after the earthquake. Yeah, it was like after like I think a few months after I came. I think it's June. Yeah, it was after the earthquake. Few couple of like yeah months and a half, and I came here.
How?
It was it
Yeah.
was
What was that like? What was that earthquake like?
ugh. It felt like the world was flipping over because like I was on the floor, and then it felt like my body was doing this, and like the whole planet was doing the same thing too. It was rolling over, and like the place I was living at, we were on vacation. If we had like stay there, we would have died because the whole house went down.
You're
You know?
like the place where you were living, like at home.
Yeah, yeah. We were visiting somebody, and then I think. the earthquake happened on Friday. On Thursday, we were planning on going on Thursday night. Like they were like, "No, you can't go. You know, stay here for one more day." You know, my dad was sick, and she was like, "You're not well. Let us make you something, you know, to get you better. And then, you know what? You go on Friday. Just go on Friday. You know, Friday night you go." And then we didn't go. And then after that, boom, it happens. And like I'm sitting like the bed that my dad was in, like I'm in the bottom, and I used to like hit like the bottom of it, and then he is telling me that he always would be like, "Yo, stop doing that," you know. And then he was like, "Stop." I'm like, "I'm not doing anything," you know. He was like, "I told you to stop." I'm not doing anything. And then the whole house was like, I'm like, what is going on here? It's like the first time I've experienced that, and I'm hearing people outside running, screaming, "Yeah!" Like screaming, like what the fuck is going on here? People couldn't move because like it feels like the whole earth was like moving, you know. And then like after it happened, like the place I was at, nothing really happened except for like kid who just started running and then he tripped, he fell on a rock, broke his tooth. That's it. That was the only casualty.
My God, that poor tooth. That poor
Yeah,
tooth. The whole
that
town.
was the yeah, that was the only thing that happened where I was at. And then after that, I'm hearing people calling, "This happened," you know, Port-au-Prince, where we was at. That's where we were living at.
That's the
People were telling
capital,
me like,
right? Port-au-Prince.
yeah, yeah, like a bunch of stuff was happening. Like the ground was open, the houses went in there. Yeah, houses went in there. People had to walk on top of bodies. Like it was so dusty, like dust everywhere. You couldn't see anything. And I remember like like driving because I had to do like my document stuff because I was supposed to come here. And when you come here, you got to document. And then this guy was like, "You see that rock right there? There was this person that was standing there, and then a rock fell on them and knife." I'm like, bro. And people were telling me how they saw this guy was hanging on like in a door. And like he was like the thing was like
Oh my
I had this,
God.
yo. And I was like walking, you see people were like burning bodies and stuff. And then I kind of saw like a skull, like somebody head like in the floor. It was like ridiculous. Like if we had like went on that Thursday night, I don't know, bro. I would have made this like two crazy things that happened in my life. It was like the earthquake, and then it was like the it was like a storm,
Like a hurricane.
Larry Kane. Yo, it was bad. Oh my gosh!
Which one
It's like the
so wait,
water.
when was each of these? Like was the
Oh,
earthquake just like
yeah, the hurricane. The hurricane was like when I was like little, and the earthquake was like I was like around like 10.
oh, okay.
It happens. Like that when I was the hurricane was like crazy. Like you see like the water pick up the like a whole car, just moved with it, and then like you see like, but I don't know how we survived that. The rain was crazy, water, like the wind, people crying, praying, and stuff like that. We had to go on the top of a house, you know, like because like the water, it was like two floors. The water
Oh my
went
God.
on both. We had to go all the way on the top. It was weird, and the current was like really crazy. When we were like trying to go to a different place, I saw these two people was like pulling like a cow. The current was like so strong. Like while they're pulling it, all you see is like the head coming off. It's like they like the whole body is cut off, and like they were just like pulling up like the head cat the cow's head.
Oh
It
my
was it was
God.
crazy. It was insane. Nah, I don't know, man. There's certain things that happen in my life. I'm like, I don't know how I survived that. It was too much.
Dude, so like so your house during the hurricane was destroyed, I'm guessing, pretty
Yeah.
much. And then your
That was
house
the first place we lived at.
uh,
And then because of the hurricane, we had to move to a different place. which it was insane. It was
Then the
crazy, man.
then the earthquake destroyed your another home of yours.
Hmm. And then yeah, and then we came here. We came to America, America,
America.
America. Yeah,
That's
I'm.
nuts.
I met when I came to America. It was not what I was expecting. You know, like America, the American dream is to pay bills. That's the American dream to come here and pay bills. Because like back in my country, I didn't even know what electricity bills was. You know, house bills. We didn't have to pay none of that until I came here. You know, talking about water, you gotta pay your electricity bills. You know, you need a car, your car insurance. You driving a car, you need insurance. You gotta pay the insurance. So when people ask me, hey, yo, what is the American dream? I'm like, brother, the American dream is to come here and pay bills. That's what it is. Like, there's all these opportunities. I'm like, yeah, as a foreign person, you come here, it's the bills, man. Until you die, well, when you die, you're not paying no bills no more. But as long as you live
But then
in,
your family's paying
it,
bills.
yeah, as long as you live in America, you're paying some bills, brother.
Dude, what
Oh,
about
you don't pay bills.
like I know in Haiti, right? The majority of people are black down there.
Hmm.
But like here in America, like what have you experienced like a lot of racism? That's kind of like a big topic these days.
Uh, Racist. Well, I guess people were like making middle school. People were making fun of like that, like uh, like how we talk. That was that one. And then I remember coming here. Uh, I was in the bathroom. People were like, there's an American kid. We're like putting phones, watching me like pooped. I did not understand that at all. Like me, for me, even if I was you know, people being racist, I wouldn't know because I have never experienced that because where I'm from. But there's people who's white, but most people are like are black. But like I came here and then like like this thing, the culture shock,
Yeah.
and then, like I'm in class and like back in my country, like teacher would whoop you, and I'm in class. Yeah, teacher would whoop you.
Oh
So
my
you have to be respectful. Oh my gosh, they would really whoop you if you like don't do your homework and stuff like. If you don't wear like if your clothes aren't ironed properly, if you don't have socks on or belt,
What would they do? What would they
they have this long thing. It was like
like a
they you
stick?
like give. It's like it's I don't know. It feels like it's a leaf or like a bunch of leaves putting together and it's just twisted.
Oh my
And then
god,
they
that
like
sounds
give
like
you your
fucking
hand.
torture.
They like give you your hands and then whoosh. I'm like ah.
Oh my god. No, dude, you'd
You
be
see
thrown in
kids,
jail
you
here if
know,
you did that.
you see kids going like you're like and then like I came here, I was in class, and then the teacher said something to a student, and he was like, "Fuck you!" I was like, I'm looking at the teacher. I'm like, "You ain't gonna beat his ass. You ain't gonna whoop him." It's like the teacher ain't doing anything. I was like, "This is America," Like I
Yeah,
remember, like,
In America, students beat the teachers up.
oh, did she curse? He cursed the teacher, and I was like, "Okay, wow." And then I walked out, and then I think like I forgot who was it told me like go to class, like fuck you. I, I was like, yeah, this is my time, and like fuck you. I ain't fucking going. I was like, I have the freedom to say whatever I want. Can't whoop me. No, fuck you. And then like the other thing is like the bathroom. I'm like, the kids, they came in. I'm taking a deuce. I'm taking a deuce. And then they're like, oh my gosh. You smell that? and, then, and like the thing I find hilarious is like, okay, you smell it. You don't want to be in that area. Just pee and leave.
Yeah.
I'm like sitting here taking my dues, and I hear like some scratching on the wall, and then when I look up, all I see is this guy going like, and then he grabbed his camera. I'm like, brother. I'm like, is this an American thing? Is this what they do? Just like come and looking at people taking a deuce in the bathroom. I'm like, what are they doing? They're like, yeah. Wow. I'm like, I was like so confused, like what was happening here. They was just like,
Dude, talk about a
record.
vulnerable place. I mean, like in America, kids love to fuck with you when you're in a vulnerable place. Like
Yeah,
that's the time to fuck with someone, you know? When you're taking
yeah.
a shit. Uh,
And I'm looking at them like I wasn't like, I was so confused. I'm like, what are they doing?
why are
Is it,
you doing this?
yeah, why is this guy just like looking at me taking a dose? Is this what is this?
Is this entertainment?
Welcome
Is
to
this?
America?
Yeah. Oh,
Is that them trying to tell me like welcome to America or something? I don't know. It was weird. It
I
was
don't
like
think that.
weird.
Yeah, I don't. It just sounds like. Doesn't sound like it was personal. It sounds like it was like a weird fucking. Just a
Yeah,
weird person.
yeah.
You know.
They were just like trying to record people. This is why I didn't like take a dose in the like bath like a long time.
Now you'll never poop in that bathroom ever again.
I would go to like the kids' bathroom and then take a deuce because I know there's nobody in there. And I don't know, I caught little kids just trying to figure things out in the bathroom. You know, it's like,
I don't want to know
I see,
what you mean by that.
yeah, I see 2 foot, and I was like, okay. And I saw another two. I'm like, oh boy, they trying to figure some shit out. Hey, I can't. Nothing I could do, bro. They just I gotta let them do their thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was weird. I don't know. It's crazy. Crazy stuff happened.
Well, dude, this has been. I think been nearly an hour or so that we've been talking. It's flown by. It's really flown
Yeah.
by. Um, before I do need to get going because I have to read a play in the morning for a class tomorrow at 11:30, and I didn't even start it yet. So, but but do you have any like last thoughts or maybe advice for people out there? Some final words.
Well, uh, I don't consider myself a wise person, but you just whatever you want to do, you just gotta do it. You know, like I don't know, like came up with this thing. It might sound stupid, but like we all, you know, all of us are like a symbol of hope. You know, like when we go through something, we ask ourselves, why me? You know, because you're gonna survive it. You know, and you're gonna tell your story, and people gonna hear it. You're gonna inspire others. You know, to like fucking survive, just fight. You know,
Yeah.
because like we all like a walking symbol of hope. We're like a symbol of hope, all of us. You know,
Yes.
we we
Yes.
are like a freaking symbol of hope, man. It's just yeah, just like whatever you want to do, bro. Just go do it, even if it's scary. You know, I was
Especially if
scared.
it's scary. Especially if it's scary.
Yeah, I was scared to take acting classes. Now, it was the best thing I ever did, and I was getting nervous, but I'm learning a lot. You know, now I'm taking risks. You know, like my acting teacher said, you know, go out there and be ready. Just be ready to look stupid. You know, just be ready to fail.
Mm.
You know, just like doesn't matter if you fail. You know, it's okay to fail. You know, I was afraid of that. You know, it's okay to fail. If you, that's the only way you're gonna learn. Like you, okay, this wasn't work. This didn't work. Okay, now let me figure out what am I gonna do now. You know, it's like go out there and fail. Just go do it. If you fail, you fail. Learn from it. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Dude,
Go out there and do it, brother.
dude, it was so awesome to talk to you, and so I'm gonna upload this video right now. So it'll probably be popping up in like half an hour or something. And
Yeah, yeah. I'm subscribing, so
beautiful, man.
I got
Say,
I got your channel.
yeah. So if you ever are just like, hey, you know what? I kind of wanna talk about acting or something. Like, I would
Yeah,
love, dude. I would. We'll talk to you all day about acting stuff. You know,
yeah. There's like you've been in the field a lot, so there's a lot. Yeah, I have a lot of
I'm
questions.
old
Do you
too.
have
I'm
social
like
medias?
I'm pretty old, so I have some experience.
Yeah. Do you have your on your link? Do you have your social media, right?
Uh huh. Yeah. Well, actually, I only have. Actually, I don't. I'm not connected with. I don't have that connected with my Facebook, but I do have a link tree that has like my YouTube and some other stuff that I've done.
All right. Wait.
Oh
Send me that
yeah.
link.
Oh well, here actually, if you just type in my name on like, dude, because I don't do. Well, that's my. That's. Oh, you already have that stuff. You already have my.
Yeah, yeah, I have that. I
I
have that.
only have Facebook. I don't do
Mm-hmm.
Instagram. I don't do Twitter.
All right.
But
Okay.
yeah, man.
Then yeah, yeah. I'm look you up on Facebook.
Cool, man. All
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
and I'll subscribe to your channel too.
All right. Thank you.
All
I'm gonna
right,
subscribe to yours. I'm waiting for the video.
man.
I gotta see
All
how
right,
it
dude.
sound.
See ya.
You,
Good night.
doopsies.